Hi, welcome to this video session on Introduction to HDL. So this is useful for HDL laboratories, which is for Electronics and Communication Engineering, 5th semester. So myself, Muhammad Ali, am working as an assistant professor at Mysore Royal Institute of Technology, Mandya. So today we are going to discuss this Introduction to HDL. So, what is this HDL? HDL is a hardware description language. So, here we'll describe the hardware by using a programming language. So, here this HDL is used to describe the behavior or a structure of a digital circuits or a hardware ICs. And these HDLs are also used to simulate this circuit and checks its response. So whenever we write our code using this language for any design, and also we'll check whether that design is working properly or not. So that is, we'll simulate that design and we'll check for the output. And why do we need this HDL? Using this HDL, designers can describe a circuit in a very abstract level. And also, designers can write their RTL descriptions, that is, the HDL codes, without choosing a specific fabrication technologies. So, as we know that recent technology upgradations, so the fabrication technologies are also upgraded, right? So without knowing that fabrication technology, at what level we are implementing and what level we are fabricating the chips, we can write this HDL code. Right. By describing these designs in HDL, so we can do the functional verifications at the very early stages of the design cycles. That is, whenever we write a design, we'll check for the functionality of that design, such that so at during the fabrication level, so we are not we don't have these bugs of functionality. So we'll check that functionality, how it is working and all at the very early stages itself. So there are many types of HDLs. So, but the very most popular and the famous are VHDL and Verilog language. So here in this VHDL, V stands for very high speed integrated circuit. HDL, as we know, it is a hardware description language. Both VHDL and Verilog are IEEE standards. So IEEE is an institute which gives the standards for any protocols or any languages like this. Next, we have other HDL languages, which includes JHDL, that is Java HDL, and from Cypress Semiconductor Corporation, that is a company which have their own active HDL. And we know that we have two most popular languages, VHDL and Verilog. Here in this video series, in this lab sessions, we are going to use Verilog HDL. So why we are using this Verilog HDL? Because Verilog HDL is easy to learn and it is also easy to use that language. And it is similar to the syntax of the C programming language. So as we have learned the C programming, it is very similar and it is easy to learn this Verilog code. And it also allows different abstraction levels to be mixed in a same module. Right. So when we are writing a HDL Verilog code, so we can write in different abstraction levels. So also we can combine these 4 different abstraction levels and write a single module. So let us see what are these 4 different abstraction levels. The first one is behavioral level. This is the top level in the abstraction. Second is data flow abstraction level. Third is gate level. And the last one is switch level. Switch level is the very low level of abstraction. Coming to this behavioral abstraction level, we don't need to know what is the circuit we need to use, what is the hardware we are using, so how that is interconnected. So we will write only the algorithm type of code such that we will give some inputs, we will get the outputs. So we need not to know what is the circuit hardware which is present inside that module. Next is data flow. So in this data flow module, we'll write the code in terms of expressions. Like we have this output should be Q. Output is Q. What is this Q? Q is coming from D. So where is this D coming from? D is an input. So we'll walk through how this data is flowed from input to the output. What will be the expression for that output in terms of inputs? How the data is flowed. So in between these two blocks, we have one more output, and that output is input for the another block. So for that also we'll write an expression. In these terms, we will write a data flow abstraction level of HDL code. Next is gate level abstraction. So in this gate level abstraction, we will design the circuit in terms of gates. So as we know that we have gates like AND gates or gates. So using this gates, I will design any circuit. So in this example, the picture is showing, so we have three gates. One is AND gate and other two are OR gates. So the output of the OR gate is coming from the AND gate and the another OR gate. So this AND gate and the OR gate have two inputs. That input is flowed to the second OR gate, and that will give the a single output. So here we'll design in terms of gates. There are three gates. First gate is AND gate, second gate is OR gate, and the third gate is OR gate. So in terms of gates, we'll design. Next is switch level. So in switch level, so we'll design in terms of transistors. So transistor here acts like a switch. Switch level circuit, which is showing here on the screen, is for NOT gate. Here we have two switches, PMOS and NMOS, and it is interconnected. Gates of both PMOS and NMOS are connected to an input. Yeah. So like this, we will design the circuit in terms of gates. So Verilog allows to write the program in any of the abstraction level. Also, we can combine these abstraction levels and we can write a single design module. Next, to write this VHDL, we need a to write this HDL code, we need a software, right? What we are writing a C program. So to run that, to compile that C program, we have a software, we have a tool. The same like that. Here also we have tools. So why do we need these tools? So because a very VLSI technology, we can implement more than lakhs of transistors in a single chip. So this we cannot implement on a single breadboard, and we cannot verify the circuit. So that's why this CAD tools, that is designing tools for HDL, came into existence. There are different softwares which are used to write the HDL code and to simulate that code. Right. So here few of them have listed, that is ISE simulator, which is from Xilinx company, and Model Sim, which is from Mentor company. So that is Speed Sim. Like that, we have a Verilog Excel. Verilog Excel is from Cadence company, and Vivado. Vivado is also from Xilinx. Here we use ISE simulators from Xilinx for the writing the program and to simulate. So why we are using this Xilinx ISE simulators, right? So here this ISE tool is free for as a student version. So we can easily download it from Xilinx website. Next, it is very easy to install. So there are very few steps to install this Xilinx software. Next, it is very user friendly. It's very easy to find out to write the code. So they have different windows. It is very user friendly and will allow to write the code in this Xilinx ISE software. Next, it also supports both Verilog and VHDL. So we can write VHDL code as well as Verilog code in this Xilinx ISE software. Next, we'll move on to the steps which are involved for designing the hardware. So we need to analyze the problem, why we are designing, what we are designing, that we need to analyze. Next, we will write the Verilog code. So we'll implement that problem. So that what we have analyzed, how we need to write. So that will be written in the Verilog code. Next, this hardware, this code, Verilog code, which will be in text form, that will be converted into a schematic and the logic diagrams, that is in terms of gates. Next, this Verilog code will be verified in terms of a truth table, whether this code is running properly, whether this design is perfectly working or not. So how the outputs are getting for with the given inputs. So we can also plot this waveforms on the screens. So in the next video, we will find out how to install this Xilinx ISE software, and in the coming videos, we will write the code. If you have any queries, so you can write it in a comment box, and please subscribe this channel and like this video. Thank you.